our dancers to step forward. We'll ask our drum to get ready. This is a welcome honors with an honor song. We're welcoming everyone in. We'll ask you to join us with our So before we get that welcome song in, we are going to ask for a veteran song. We ask all our veterans to step forward. And we have this particular song for our Ogichida, our veterans, our warriors. Because it is our warriors, our veterans that have paid the ultimate price for all of our freedoms. So that we may all gather here today as free people, that we do not live under tyranny, that we do not live under a harsh, cruel government. Now you can make the arguments that we do, but in actuality, we are able to gather here as free people. We are able to gather and celebrate our culture, our history, who we are as a people. Governments come and go, but who we are as a people, we're still here. And it's because of men and women that have fought for our freedoms. And not just our freedoms as First Nations, Aboriginal, Indigenous people, but for all people. So we ask all veterans, within the sound of my voice, whether you're manning the booth or you're standing in the crowd, please step forward. This song is for you. Whispering Wind. Veteran song, please. Now that our warriors have gone around one time, we invite everyone to join us. If you love your freedom, you have to thank these men and women that have paid the ultimate sacrifice for all of our freedoms. Come out and dance with a vet. If you love your freedom, hug a vet. All dancers, everyone's welcome to join in. as our dancer area begins to clear, I'd like to do some introductions. But first, just a couple of housekeeping things to take care of. Chiefly and most importantly, if you do get a water bottle, one of the disposable water bottles to carry water in, we ask that you we do have water available for our dancers. Our water is available for our dancers, and that is located.
How you doing, bro?
Yeah. So, dancers, if you do get one of those plastic water bottles, please hold on to them. As we are going.
Yeah, all right. What would you like to say? Come on down. We don't sit at home. Get down here.
We do have a water refill station over there provided by the City of Toronto. Visit them at toronto.ca. Also, when it comes to smoking, there is designated smoking areas, and they are located along the back fence. So if you, don't put your butts on the ground. Like, you can put your DRSs on the ground, but don't put your cigarette butts on the ground. Because we are trying to take care of Mother Earth as best we can possible. Alright, time to get into some introductions. And for that, we are going to do some introductions of some, we have some dignitaries here. We do have, is there Chief Laforne here? Chief? Chief Laforne. Do we have Chief Laforne here?
Right behind you. I'm coming.
All right. From the Mississauga New Credit, Chief, we have a microphone out there if you'd like to go ahead. Sure. There you go. So everyone can see who is addressing who. Ladies and gentlemen, taking the microphone over there, we have the host First Nation of these games, these Pan Am Games, from the Mississauga New Credit First Nation, Chief Brian Laforne.
Good afternoon. Well, what a great day for a celebration of cultures. First of all, I want to acknowledge the Premier, our Regional Chief Isidore, Minister Zimmer, and all the other dignitaries that are here. The chiefs, councilors, and citizens of Turtle Island. Welcome to the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation. We're very honored and pleased to be the host First Nations of the Para-Pan Am Games. And our theme for the Games is Embrace the Spirit. And we've done that. We've embraced the spirit of kinship, of good competition, and relationship building, sharing our cultures with 41 other countries that have come here to visit us on our lands. And we have been proud to be able to open our hearts and our arms to the 41 countries that have come here. I'm also pleased and proud to welcome all of you here today to this special event. And I want to thank the organizers for the hard work that they've done to make this happen on such short notice. I think they deserve a round of applause. So if we could do that, please.
We're at Fort York.
What we're here
Toronto.
for today is to celebrate our athletes that have come from the 41 countries to compete. And some of these athletes have worked for years just to compete in some of these events that you may have experienced since you've been here. Some have won medals, some have not. I had the pleasure last night of going to the boxing venue, and I had the honor and the privilege of presenting a gold medal to the Canadian boxing champion from the Pan Am Games from Canada. It was a great honor for me. I want to acknowledge our Eagle staffs, our flags, and our drum. I want to thank the elder for his opening prayer. Thank you, Gary. It's always a pleasure. It's always nice to hear our language spoken, and it's just a good feeling. The drum, I want to thank the drummers, because the drum is the heartbeat of First Nations around the country and around the world. I had an opportunity to go to Mexico and share with them some of their culture. And it's amazing how closely related our cultures are to theirs, with the drumming and the dancing and the four directions that they honor in Mother Earth. Even though we're continents apart, we still have that connection with each other, because our connection is with Mother Earth. With that, I want to thank everyone for coming out. Enjoy your rest of your day, and please take advantage of sharing our culture. Visit the vendors, visit the food booths, and enjoy yourself. Thank you all very much.
Oh, big words, Chief LaForme. Thank you very much. I'd now like to call upon the Ontario Regional Chief from my mother's home community, up in Kennebuch there, Serpent River First Nation, Chief Isidore Day. Chief.
Bonjour. I'm just going to walk around the circle here, if you don't mind. Just want to acknowledge and thank the Creator for this beautiful day, for all the life in this circle. And I just as well want to acknowledge the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of New Credit. And we give Chief LaForme and his folks a big round of applause. As well, we want to acknowledge the pavilion organizers and all the vendors. Let's give the vendors a big round of applause. That's the life that we see around here. I want to take a special moment to acknowledge all the sacred items, the drums, the Eagle staffs, the dancers, the prayers, the protocols, those very things that were instructed as Anishinaabe and other nations, the indigenous nations of this land, to uphold, to maintain our identity, our sovereignty. I want to acknowledge the Premier, Kathleen Wynne. She's with us today. Give her a big round of applause. She's a friend, as well as David Zimmer, Minister of Aboriginal Affairs. Give him a big round of applause. We have these folks that have joined us here today in the spirit of partnership, in the spirit of friendship, in the way that the original treaties were signed. And in this way, we take time and pause and we honor the athletes. But there is something that we're reminded here by some of the vendors and people that have been here for a number of days. They asked us to give the reminder of honor of commitment, honor of our responsibilities, and honor to each other. And in that light, I would like to tell everybody here that as we experience the celebration of sport, recreation, teamship, we also acknowledge that we are building stronger relations on this land. And there's no coincidence about the significance of what we're doing here today. In this mural, it was just explained to me in the Premier, this is about reconciliation. It's about correcting part of the history that went wrong for not just First Nation people, but for the rest of this country. And today I'm here standing before you telling you that I'm quite excited about working with the Ontario government, the Premier and her team. In the next several weeks we'll be signing formally a protocol and a new working relationship between First Nations and the Ontario government. We're very, very happy and pleased to tell you that. So in that sense, there's a lot of celebration, there's a lot of recognition of a lot of good things happening here today. With that, we sometimes don't acknowledge people that are behind the scenes and are working hard to do things to make our life easier and to help us through the day. I want to acknowledge our arena director. Where's Earl? Earl, let's give Earl a big round of applause. And I also want to acknowledge our MC, Bidosge, Elliot. And I want to just take a moment here and, recognize the little saying he said, that it's a good life if we're above ground today. And I not only heard his voice, but I heard his father, Butch Elliott. And some of you know Butch Elliott, and Butch was a great MC, but he was also quite a leader in our First Nation community, and in that we honor our ancestors as well. So today, honoring each other and following through on the commitment and embracing the spirit, I want to welcome everybody here and say miigwech.
Miigwech, Chief Day, congratulations on your election to the Ontario Regional Chief. I know your community is very proud of you for that. At this time, we'd like to call upon the Six Nations of the Grand River, the representative Kevin Sandy. Kevin. Is Kevin Sandy here? He's coming? Oh, there he goes. He's in the back there playing lacrosse.
He's doing some lacrosse over there. Come and see us over there, yeah. Fastest growing team sport in North America. Oldest game in the world. Scano, Nagautnya, Negayaso, Agayo Kono, Niwat Gowat Jonda, Otahione, Niga Shaunda, Oshwege, Nidwageno. On behalf of the 170 people, the people of the Longhouse, and all of our ALP partners, we welcome you to the honoring of the athletes powwow. It's a beautiful day. We call it Wenashrio Watne in my language, and it's an honor to be here. And everyone enjoy themselves, continue to meet new people, and Yawagoa.
Oh, miigwech. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for keeping that under 2 minutes. Usually, it's been my experience when someone of the Haudenosaunee grabs a microphone, they're up there for 20 minutes, and you have to kind of give them the, let's go, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the Premier of Ontario, Catherine Wynne. And I don't mind telling you that last year, I threw my ballot at her. So you're welcome. So how about a big round of applause for our Premier of Ontario, Ms. Kathleen Wynne.
Thank you. Lovely to see you again. Bonjour, bonjour, Anis, Keno, Shakoli, Wache. It is wonderful to be here with all of you. I want to acknowledge the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the New Credit and all of the First Nation and Métis people who have walked this land before my ancestors. And I want to acknowledge the drum and Elder Sue, thank you very much. Chief Laforme, Chief Day, and all of the people who have gathered here today. And I want to especially acknowledge the organizing committee that has had no sleep for 4 days and has organized this event. Thank you very much. Chimigwech. I'm very honored to be included today. I'm very happy to be here. celebrating the athletes. I've had the opportunity to go to a number of events and to witness the athleticism and the vitality of our young people as they compete with each other. But I'm also very happy to be here with people who are here from many different backgrounds and carrying many different flags and banners, as we've already seen. The banner of the survivors of the residential schools, the banner of people who have people who are women who are missing and murdered Indigenous women in their families or in their background, or just who we know of. The people who come from different communities to be together to create an opportunity to understand each other better. Chief Day, Regional Chief Day, talked about relationship. Chief Laforme talked about relationship. And relationship is the most important thing that we can establish. Sometimes we say re-establish, but I am going to say establish, because I think in some cases the relationships among all of us never were established in a good way. And exactly. So I think that the reason I am so thrilled to be included here today is that I believe we have a chance at this moment to establish relationships that will take us into the future and will take us into those 7 generations that I know First Nation Aboriginal people pay attention to in a way that many of us have not. So whether that is learning the extent to which we are all treaty people and understanding what that means, whether that is finding ways in our day-to-day life, wherever we live, whatever we do, to reconcile and recover from the damage of residential schools and teach each other, teach our children a different history than so many of us have grown up with. All of that is possible right now, but it's only possible if every one of us, wherever we are, allow ourselves to think about what that means in our day-to-day lives. So I want to thank you for being here at this moment of celebration, and I want to commit to you that I will do everything in my power to move forward, to reconcile, to educate, to establish relationship. But I will say this, I will make mistakes. There have been mistakes made just in this last week. I will make mistakes going forward. I will do my best not to make mistakes, but I hope that we can love each other enough, we can find a relationship that's strong enough that when we make a mistake, we can correct it right away and not continue to write the history that we have lived for generations. So thank you for having me here. Chimigwech.
Hello, Miigwech. Premier.
Freedom Star. I got
Thank you so
t-shirt
much.
on too.
We have also joining
How are
us
you doing? How you been?
Good.
Oh, I just
the Minister of Aboriginal Affairs, David Zimmer.
bad filmer I am.
Thank you very much for the invitation to join you today. I want to say to Chief Laforme, my greatest respects to the Mississaugas of New Credit for being the host First Nation. Regional Chief Day for all the work that you're doing and you will be doing over the next few years in your new office. The Premier captured all the thoughts that I share, and I share those thoughts that the Premier has just said. So I will just be very brief, and let me just make this one statement. Chief Day, Chief Laforme, the Métis Nation of Ontario, the Inuit of Ontario, and all Aboriginals of Ontario, you have no greater friend and no greater advocate for your issues than Premier Kathleen Wynne. And the Premier has instructed me as her ministers, and indeed she's instructed all of her other ministers and her caucus to work with First Nations, Métis and Inuit on improving the wide range of issues that we have to tackle. We will tackle those in good faith, in a good way. We will make progress together. Thank you.
I would like to say thank you to Minister Zimmer. Merci beaucoup, ministre délégué aux Affaires autochtones. J'aimerais inviter Patrick Borby, sous-ministre du patrimoine canadien, à parler au micro.
Now coming to the stage, to the microphone, Patrick Borby, the Associate Deputy Minister of the Department of Canadian Heritage.
Thank you, merci. Bonjour, bon après-midi à tous. I am very pleased to be here on behalf of Minister Shelley Glover, the Minister of Canadian Heritage and Official Languages. And I would also like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional territory of the Mississauga of New Credit First Nation, and also thank the other host First Nations, the Six Nation of Grand River, the Métis Nation of Ontario, et la Nation Huron-Wendat. I would like to also acknowledge the other 10 members of Aboriginal Leadership Partners who are supporting the pavilion, including the chair, the Native Canadian Centre of Toronto. Finally, I'd like to recognize the wonderful vendors and community members who have contributed so much to the success of today's powwow. Your openness to share your culture, spirit and talents with us today and over the many days of these games has been extraordinary, and we are all honored to be part of today's events. The Toronto 2015 Pan and Pan American Games are not only about sports excellence, but also about sharing and experiencing the culture and artistic excellence that lives across our country, with our visitors from the rest of the Americas and the Caribbean. The Government of Canada is proud to have contributed $500,000 for the programming of the Aboriginal Pavilion through the Federal Cultural Strategy, established to promote culture and participation in the Games. Le gouvernement du Canada est fier d'avoir contribué 500 000 $ pour la programmation du pavillon autochtone par le biais de la stratégie culturelle fédérale mise en place afin de promouvoir la culture et la participation aux Jeux. Many thanks as well to our provincial and municipal funding partners. Et j'aimerais remercier aussi nos partenaires provinciaux et municipaux. But above all, thank you to the talented artists, singers, dancers, drummers, athletes, and artisans who've contributed so much to this powwow and to the pavilion. You are ensuring that visitors to the Games experience and celebrate the many exceptional contributions of Aboriginal people in Canada and across the Americas. Miigwech, merci, thank you.
Oh, miigwech. Thank you for your welcome there, Associate Deputy Borby. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for all of our dignitaries that are here today? Our public servants, our chiefs, it's fantastic that they are here. I am told that we have 4 Indigenous Pan Am athletes that are representing Canada. If they could step forward, our athletes. We'll call them up in just a little bit, and we'll make those introductions. But right now, why don't we get everyone up and dancing? Let's do that. Let's do a nice big welcome song. Drum group, we'll invite you to come on and do a song. Bring everyone up. We got a new drum under the arbor. We'll be getting their names and we'll get you guys into the rotation. Right now, let's just get the microphone on and over to Whispering Wind for a welcome song welcoming everybody into the dance arena. This is a welcome song welcoming everybody into the dance arena. Let's go. Limskinoden, welcome. This is a welcome song welcoming everyone into our little dance circle here.
Gotta stay open.
Come on out and dance, everyone.
Gotta move.
You're welcome to do so. Intertribal welcoming dance song time. Somebody want to turn their mic on? is a welcoming song, welcoming everybody into our dance arena. Haven't heard that one in a while. As they used to say, that's an oldie but a goodie. That's a welcome song, welcoming everyone to our dance arena. We have a new drum joining us this afternoon, Vince Snowden. Vince Snowden. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm sure Whispering Wind will be happy to have you join us. So we have, we're going to be doing a special for our athletes. This is in honoring our athletes. That is our theme for today. So I was just told that we do have a couple of visiting athletes here joining us this afternoon. We'll make those acknowledgments. And we'll invite them to come on out. We'll have a special dance for them, as well as just have a good opportunity to have some fun. We're going to do a couple of fun dances. We got a potato dance. We'll put some cash. We'll put up a cash prize for that. We also have more visiting dignitaries that we're going to be bringing up. So right now, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Vince Snowden. Vince Snowden. Gentlemen, thank you for being here today. Miigwech. And we'll ask you to do an intertribal song. It's the song to get everyone up and dancing. Don't forget to visit our vendors here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, on the hottest day of the year, I want you to think about this. On the hottest day of the year, we are only 20 weeks away from Christmas. I only say that because you can do all your Christmas shopping now by visiting our vendors, and you don't have to worry about anything for the next 20 weeks. Do all your Christmas shopping right now. Get the presents for your mom, get your presents for your dad, all your family. You can get all your Christmas shopping done right now, and you don't even have to worry about anything for the next couple of months. So
be mindful.
Think about that.
Please.
And while you're thinking about that, I'd like for you to go out there onto the dance floor and dance to this song from Vince Snowden. Vince Snowden. Intertribal song, please, gentlemen. All right, good job, Mr. Norton. Big work. We got a lot of exciting things to be bringing up to you in the next couple of minutes here. We got some Pan Am athletes that are going to be joining us. We're going to do some introductions of them later on as well. Don't forget that we also still do have our vendors. We got lots of great vendors we'd like for you to go check out. Also taking place at the West Stage right now, Red Sky Performance. They're doing their What's the Comment? That's going on till 1:15. They may go on a little bit longer. They graciously held off. But if you head towards the western direction, over at the Western Stage, you can see the Red Sky Performance of Astamoy. And coming up at 2:30, that the Northwest Territories Youth, they are going to be putting on a games exhibition. So we know what kind of games we play down here and below the 45th parallel. We definitely know the games that are played on weekends at powwows. But if you ever wanted to know what kind of games they play up in the Northwest Territories, I invite you to go over to the West Stage at 2:30 to go find out. All right. Mary Spencer. Mary Spencer, please report to the MC stand. We'll get all our athletes in order following this intertribal song from Whispering Wind. Whispering Wind, an intertribal song, please, gentlemen. Let's get those people out there dancing. We'll get our athletes to come up and ask our whole head dancers to make up their way as well. Lucy Atkinson. Lucy, there you go. All right. And we're also looking for Mary Spencer. Mary. So let's have another intertribal song from Whispering Wind. Seems kind of weird to have to shout Whispering Wind. Here we go, an intertribal song.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, you're live to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just walk around. How's it going?
Nice. Where is this in Ontario?
In Quebec. Quebec City. We're about 15 minutes drive to the old city. So we have hotels, restaurants, museum. We are offering plenty of cultural tours.
Nice. It's Huron and Innu?
Huron.
Okay.
Only Huron, yeah.
Okay.
So this is why we're here, because actually our traditional land is here, but
isn't Innu territory near Quebec and Saguenay there?
yeah, it's about 15 minutes away from the old city when you are on your way to Saguenay. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Hello. It's okay. It's okay.
That's where I'm from. We have food people would like for you to meet. What do we call our head
He's a cousin.
Right.
Got all these creative connections, eh?
Oh, yeah, that's all right. A couple of weeks ago, I was up in Derek, Stony Point. I picked up my father's mantle of MC. Dad had seen that hall for many years, when he began his journey.
That's a good thing for Daniel, all your stuff is very
happy to see Dad. And we have also one of the organizers, Kim. So we're doing some introductions of our head dancers right now. So we have right now we have our head male dancer, Mr. Derek Bissett. Derek, here he is.
Hi, Earl Lambert. Yeah, you do. Have fun.
First Nation, Kim Whitley. Kim. Ladies and gentlemen, they have a difficult job today. They are our head dancers, and before the dance ever starts, they have to get up and they have to dance. That's their job. But to assist them, to help them out, we have two junior head dancers, and I'd like for you to introduce you to our new female dancer, Alexandria Philippat. And we also have our junior head dancer, Ida. Ida, where are you at? Oh, Joseph? Joseph Kayla. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to big round of applause for our head dancers. We're going to lead off this next song. It's an entertainment song.
Hey. Oh, no. I'm going to stay on here. Hey, I want to get a picture with you. Okay, dear. I don't take a picture.
No pictures, please.
What we're going to do is we'll introduce some athletes. We have some Pan Am athletes as well as some Olympic athletes. I know Toronto's getting ready to put in its bid to host the Olympic Games.
Yes, my dear.
Good. How you doing? Beautiful stuff. You're live to the world, by the way.
Cool. Enjoying the powwow?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Live streamed many of them.
Proving itself. Once again, this is what a great city. It's able to host all these great events. All right, here we go.
So where do you live stream to? Like
Occupy Toronto or Deschamps. I was on Mi'kmaq territory last year helping stop fracking there in New Brunswick, and we did, and train live streamers.
You ready? They're working out their song right now. This is an Inner Chapel song. Everybody, so we're all gonna come on up dance. Come on up dance, everyone.
Please don't film my work.
Oh, good song there, Vince Canoden. Good song, gentlemen. Thank you. All right, we have taking place over at the sports field right now. We have our indigenous dancers, our cultural dancers from Mexico. They're taking a performance on the stage over in the sports pavilion, but they will be coming on over here once they are done. And once they are done, they're going to be joining us. We right now, I'd like we have, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to one of the organizers for today and our head female dancer. I'm talking, of course, about Kim Whitley. Give her another big round of applause.
I'm coming in with my boxing gloves on, just for Mary. So welcome everybody. I hope you're having a good time. Well, I have the mic, and I probably won't have it again. I want to extend my biggest thanks, my greatest prayers, and send my love to each and every one of you for showing up today. This looks amazing. Give yourself a round of applause. So we are really, really honored to have many dignitaries come in and acknowledge this gathering today, but we have two very, very important people here. The theme of this powwow is honoring the athletes. Honoring the athletes. And we are so proud to have two very, very special women here who are going to share a bit about who they are, what sport they have done. We have an Olympian here, and she's female. Monique Horn-Miller. And we have a woman who knows how to handle the men with a pair of gloves. She is a tremendous boxer, a real inspiration to our youth, and her name is Mary Spencer. So please pay attention to these beautiful ladies, because this is not the last time you're going to see them. The North American Indigenous Games is going to be hosted right here in Toronto, 2017. Big coup, guys. This is going to be a big event. And we're going to ask those ladies to come back and join us then. But right now, you get to get up close and personal. So here we are. Wanique is on first.
Great day, everybody. My name is Wanique. I have to do this properly or my grandmother will kick my butt. My full name is Wanique Tarapinuta Onagaragete Sunshine Horn-Miller. I'm a Bearcat woman from the Mohawk Nation of Ganawage and Oshegan. Very proud to be from. So these games are taking place partially on my father's traditional territory, so it means a lot for me to have them here. You know, I was a Pan Am gold medalist and an Olympic athlete, and most of my career I spent away from my people, away from my community, and it was really hard. It was really, really hard to. Because one of the things that you have to have when you're training and when you're fighting to make it to the Olympics and be the best that you can be, and hopefully the best in the world, is you need to be your most powerful. And for me, my most powerful came a lot from who I was and where I came from and the people that came before me. My ancestors, my community members, my family. I come from a family of women. I have a very strong mother. Some of you might know her, Continental Horn. She raised me and my three sisters to be very powerful and powerful women. And the interesting thing is that she only made two decisions in our lives. She said, you know, and these two decisions made a difference. She never allowed drugs and alcohol in our home as children, and she put us into sports. And as a single mother, she moved us to Ottawa, and we moved in a little small 2-bedroom apartment. And she rented out the 2 bedrooms to these 2 elder people, and we all slept on this pull-out couch. And every cent she had, she put us into sports. And out of that decision, my oldest sister is Dr. Ogisto Horn. She's one of the first Mohawk women doctors, mother of 6 kids. And then my other sister, Dr. Gahonde Horn-Miller, is a professor at Carleton University and a mother of 4 daughters. I know you almost have to be a doctor to be in my family. And my mother, thank goodness, made me go to university, because when I made the national team, I was like, why do I need to go to school? I'm going to be a millionaire water polo player. Yeah. Yeah, you know, that doesn't happen in this country. So I went to school, I got my degree, and then I have a little sister who's an award-winning actress. You might know her. She just finished up in a show called Hemlock Grove. She played a gypsy prostitute fortune teller. Wow. Really proud of her. And so, you know, why it's so important, our culture played a big reason, is our mother never told us there was a limit to what we could do as Indigenous women. All she said to us is don't do anything half-assed, and remember who you are, because you're a Mohawk woman, she said. You are a Mohawk woman, and you can fly as far and as high as you want. No one can stop you, and I'll help you. It's going to be hard. She said it's going to be hard, and it's not going to be fair, but you got to get around those obstacles, and never ever leave who you are at the door. So when I made the national team, and when I became captain of the Olympic team, I wanted to bring part of my culture into that team. So I had the community, my team out to my community of Gunawagan. We had a small ceremony, and we gave, like, kind of getting them prepared for battle. What we do with our warriors when we went off to battle. So we gave them all tobacco pouches when we prepared for war. So when I got asked to be the assistant chef de mission for Team Canada, so I'm one of the team leaders for the entire Canadian Olympic team that's here. So me and my family, we wanted to bring some of our culture, inject our beautiful Indigenous culture into the Olympic movement. So we made 850 tobacco pouches for every member of Team Canada's, all the athletes. And I presented them to the team, every team that came in. And I reminded them, I welcomed them to our territory, and I reminded them who they were, and that they're here representing themselves, their families, their people, their ancestors. But most of all, and this is the most beautiful thing about our Indigenous culture, is we have a belief about the 7 generations ahead. And when you make a decision, and what you do today is going to impact 7 generations ahead. And I said to them, one day, what you do here at the Pan Am Games will be told 7 generations down the road to your descendants. And when your great-great-great-grandchild needs an inspiration, they are going to be told stories about you. We have a beautiful culture. And I have, you know, being part of the Olympic movement and moving forward, this powwow and this pavilion, being here, has brought my 2 worlds together. To have Indigenous beauty involved in the sport world is so beautiful, and it is the perfect representation of how this country, we can come together to make it the most beautiful and the best country on earth for all people to live. But we have to work together, and sport is where I choose to do that work. And I want to thank you very much for coming out today and supporting these vendors and these dancers, and making sure that we continue this path towards reconciliation. I will continue to fight my hardest, and one day, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, so I'll be quiet. We had 4 Indigenous athletes on the team this year. We had, that's awesome. We had 2 gold medals. It's a pretty high average, right? We had Phil Mack. He's a member of the Chilkoot Nation out near Tofino, BC. He was on the men's rugby sevens. I don't know if anybody went to see the rugby sevens, but holy man, that's awesome. And we had Maya Marie Langlois, who won gold with the women's basketball team. We had Jamie Thibault, member of the women's volleyball team. She's Haida from out BC. And we had a awesome a guy that I knew that I competed with. His name is Stubby Clapp. I know, I love that name. Coach, third base coach of the men's baseball team that won gold. So this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we can do. Tip of the iceberg, but it's going to take all of us to work towards making it so one day we'll all be sitting back and we'll be watching the Pan Am Games and the Olympics, and they'll go, the announcer will say, geez, will those native athletes let someone else win a gold? That's my dream is. So we have that talent, and that, you know, I will continue to work with all of you guys and all my sisters and everybody around here. So thank you very much, and I have some pins to throw around. I don't know if you guys are pin collectors, but I get mobbed in the stands at venues for these things. But these are, only the chef de missions have these, so you can't buy them anywhere, and you cannot, so if you can't buy them, you can't get them from anywhere. So if you trade them for something good, at least 5 for 1 pin, all right? All right, so thank you very much.
before she hands out those pins.
Big round of applause. That was amazing and inspirational. Miguel Twinique. Now I'd like to introduce Mary Spencer, and she too has a great story to share about her journey and who she is.
Ani, bonjour, I'm Mary Spencer. I'm the quiet one, two of us. I'm Turtle Trent from Chippewa Maywa, and I'm a boxer. I've been boxing for 13 years. In 2011, I was fortunate enough to be one of 3 women from Canada to participate in the very first ever Pan Am Games that included female boxers in Guadalajara, Mexico. We're at 1 gold, actually. It was the pinnacle of my career. In the following year, I was the only Canadian boxer, female boxer, to represent the sport of boxing in the very first ever Olympics to include women boxers. Thank you. Where I didn't win gold, I actually missed the medals by 3 points. 3 points. So coming that close to being on the podium at the Olympics really made me even hungrier. And to fall down at the peak of your career and get back up takes a lot of strength and a lot of resilience. And that's where I'm at right now. Right now I'm training for the 2016 Olympics because everyone here, all of you guys have been an example of how to be resilient in a fight. And I know you know what I'm talking about. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm following your example. So thank you, Miigwech, for that.
Leon Schindler.
We're so honored.
Leon Schindler, also known as Land of the Handsome. Can I get a picture? How about a big round of applause for our athletes? We're going to ask them to come forward. Yep, take a picture. I'm going to photobomb. Yeah, it's okay. It's just a lonely MC, and that's all right. I don't have nice. Oh, that's right. All right, so we're going to ask our head dancers to come on up and lead out with our athletes. This is an honoring of the athletes powwow. That is the theme for today. So we'd like our athletes to join us. Wienek and Mary. Wienek Horn-Miller. How about another? We'll get them to come on up. And they're like they had mentioned. There were 4 Indigenous athletes that were out there for the Pan Am Games. We'll do that next. All right, our dancers. Yep, Mary, Wienek. What's that? This has got to go.
How are you? Good. How are you? It's a great day too.
Okay. She's got, okay, so we'll have that later on. Yeah, she's on the clock right now. So we have Wienek Horn-Miller. She's out there. She's handing out those beautiful On Guard 2015, those Pan American team, those pins. When you do get those pins and you get them in the little baggie, please do not put the little baggie in the ground. Just hold on to it until you find a trash receptacle, or just put it in your pocket. But please do not litter the grounds with the little plastic bags. I know the pins are awesome and you can't wait to put them on your clothing, but please do not throw the little bags onto the ground. We don't want to create a big mess. And let's see, let's get Whispering Wind. Whispering Wind. We're going to ask you for an intertribal song. Let's get everyone out there dancing. All our dancers. Where are all our dancers? Let's get everyone out there dancing, Oh, big words. All right, Ben Snowden, stand by. Ben Snowden. All right. This next song is what we call a blanket dance. We've asked our arena director is getting together some volunteers. Yeah, up, loose. Yeah. Alora? Ladies and gentlemen, if you look towards the MC stand here, in the front we have a blanket. And you see that we have this blanket here. Now to explain this dance, it's called the blanket dance. And what we're asking for is a donation. Could be pocket change, it could be the kind of money that holds. But this powwow is being put on through, there's no funds being raised. There's no money being raised. The organizers only had a matter of days to put this together. And what we're asking of you is that if you like the show so far and you want to show your appreciation, this is a good way to do it. Because the money that is being raised in this blanket dance, it's going to go towards the dancers. It's going to go towards the drummers. It's going to go towards people that have traveled and donated or given their time. So we'd like to say miigwech, thank you. But if you have enjoyed this show so far, what we'd like for you to do is throw into the blanket, as we say. And during this song, these young ladies are going to dance around, and whatever you can donate is greatly appreciated, because it's going to help out the organizers. This, once again, this gathering has been put on through no money. Nobody's getting paid, and this getting paid for putting this on. This event was created through sheer will, love, respect, wisdom. It was put on through bravery. It was put on through all our seven grandfather teachings, humility, and we'd like to help out in any way we can. So I'm going to ask Bim Skanoden to give us a song. And during this song, these young ladies are going to be walking around. And whatever you can put into the blanket will be greatly appreciated. Oh, miigwech. Ooh, I like this mic. It's louder. So we're going to keep the blanket up here in front of the MC stand. If you had missed your opportunity to see him, and we invite you to anything that you can throw in. Greatly helps out everything that we're doing here today. At the start of today, we had weather reports that it was going to rain, and quite fortunately we've been able to stay off, and right now it's just nice overcast. But I have a feeling, and I've been dancing a long time. I've been attending powwows for many years. My first regalia had Pampers written on the bottom. And it's true. I was at my first powwow when I was 2 months old. But I was, as Chief Day had alluded to, my father was an MC, Arthur Butch Elliott. And he taught me a really good trick. And he said, son, you know, some days when we gather like this, you know, we're supposed to allow the day to happen the way it happens. We're supposed to allow, you know, if it rains, it rains. Because rain isn't a bad thing. Rain is a good thing. Rain washes us. It washes the earth. So he said, but sometimes you got to make sure that you want to keep things going. So he told me about the storm breaker. And we're going to do that right now. Is that a feeling? My feeling says it's coming from the west. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here hatchet. I purchased that blower in Ossington. And I'm going to put it in the western direction. And what this is going to do, is going to break the storm. You feel those rains coming now. I spent too much time talking. But that's the eastern doorway. It's coming into the west. What we're going to do is we're going to break the storm. And what that hatchet's going to do is going to split those clouds apart. And yes, it's raining a little bit right now, which is drizzle. If you do have feathers and you need to seek cover, please do so. If you have a mural that you've been working on for the last 4 weeks, you can cover that up as well. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, I have a friend of mine that I just met from Oklahoma. And I'm going to invite him to come on up. And Hatugi, a Seminole from Oklahoma. Hatugi. He said he'd come on up and he would do a demonstration of, because he's going to do a flute. He's a Seminole Hatugi. He's a Seminole from Oklahoma who found his way to the land of the Haudenosaunee, the Six Nations community, and some would call him a political refugee. No, I'm just kidding. nobody would call him that. But Hatugi is, he says that, you know, if you want to hear some flute, I have some flute. So while our dancers are going to cover up their feathers, and we're going to ask Hatugi to give us one of those great plain songs that'll push back the rain. I don't know if they have those kinds of songs. Do they have those kinds of songs, Hatugi? He'll make one. Also, I'm sad to report that if you are looking for his latest CD, he is sold out. So if you are planning to get your latest Hatugi CD, unfortunately he is sold out, but he has ordered some more. So ladies and gentlemen, Hatugi.
Stone go. Stone go.
Let's talk close to that mic.
This one's good. This one's nice. This one.
Anybody hear tech? No, there's no tech there.
It's okay. This is a good level.
Stone go. Izagadamanzi, what get Halman, Regaska, Geojipkaras, Os. My name is Hatugi. I come from the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. A lot of people, they always associate Seminoles being from Florida. And it's true that my ancestors at one time were in Florida. But a demon came to this world known as Andrew Jackson. And he removed 5 nations from their homelands in the southeast. And they were removed to Oklahoma, where there at one time was 40 different nations, put into the land that the early explorers called the wasteland of the world. But our people survived, and they did not kill each other like people thought that they would. Instead, they came together and they danced in a circle and they sang songs. They even had a song called the Friendship Song that they still sing at the stop grounds. And so, but in my journey, I came across an uncle, and my uncle, he was Comanche. He was a Comanche artist, and his name was Doc Navacoya. And at that time, there was only a few flute players still left. No one was making flutes except Doc and a few people, a handful. Today, you can't throw a rock without hitting a flute player. But anyway, so the flute that I'm playing today was made by his son, Sonny Navacoya, who ironically married a Seminole. So anyway, but So I'm going to play a few songs for you. And, you know, they say that on real hot days, when it's really hot like this, and you get that little bit of a sprinkle, that sprinkle, that's the touch of the ancestors. Because when we go, we return back to the earth. Mother Earth accepts all of us. But when we return, we come back up through that ground, and then we come back up onto the leaves and the grass. And so then the dew that rises up back up into the sky. So one day, we'll all just be recycled. And but they say that when you get that little bit of a sprinkle on a sunny day, on a hot day, that's the ancestors coming down to touch. And I was reminded of that when my little boy one day, he was playing outside, it was just sunny and hot, and then he looked up and that little bit of sprinkle came down, and it just made him smile. And it made me think of my grandfathers, and that they were touching him at that moment and getting to be with him again. So this is for our ancestors. You know, a lot of people, they have questions about, you know, they hear that sound, you know, and associate it with so many things that are done Aboriginal, and you know, I was only 18, and my cousin, he was a good football player. In Oklahoma, we play a lot of football, but my cousin went to college to play, and it was on a really hot day, about 108 degrees. And here, after a football practice, he went to race these other guys. And that guy had energy. But in the heat of that Oklahoma sun, he had an aneurysm. And so my cousin, he died on that day in the hot sun, so full of life. And so we were devastated, our family. And so it was on during the morning time. We were all had just made our arbors and getting ready for the funeral. And Doc, he came out of the house carrying his flute pad. And I always heard that he had played flute, but I never heard it before. And he pulled out the flute, and he told us this story. He said that long ago there was an old man and an old woman. And this old man and old woman had shared a great life together. But then there came a time when the old woman, she became ill. And everyone, they would gather herbs and food and try to do remedies and sing songs for her. But it was her time to go. And so this woman, she died. All the people, they all cried. The men, they would even hang their hair in front of them and they would cry. You know, they would even cut themselves. And women, they would all cry to show that they were sad about her leaving. They were going to miss this grandmother. Well, everyone cried except the old man, her own husband. He thought, at this time I will show strength. I will show everybody how strong I am, and I will not weep. And so he held on to those tears. And many days had passed. And one morning he woke, and he woke up to wake up his wife beside him, and he felt that emptiness there, and he felt that emptiness here. Well, he did not want to cry in front of everyone, and so he began to walk to the sun as it was rising. This is the most powerful time of the day when the sun rises. And so as he walked, he began to think, maybe today I will walk on, and I will go on into the land of the ancestors. And so he kept walking, but he grew tired, and soon he saw a cedar tree. So he went and he sat underneath the shade of the cedar tree, sitting there. And he began to look over the field, and he remembered this is where he first played with his wife. You know, played with them as they were little children, playing in the field, running around. He remembered how they grew up, and they began to look at each other differently, how they began to smile at each other, and began to talk and respect each other. He remembered how the first time they held hands. He remembered all of their life. He remembered when they took vows in front of the community, when they had their first child and many more, and grandchildren. And he remembered all of their life together. And so, as he thought about all these things, the tears began to flow. And as he began to cry, it was a haunting sound. And when an old man cries, it makes a strange sound. And so as he cried and he cried, he realized if he goes back to his village, everyone will be sad. But if he walks on, then he will go join his wife. And he was trying to decide, but he couldn't make that decision. And so he asked the Creator, Zog Limazee, to help me. Help me, what should I do? And when he looked up into the sky, he heard this rumble. And in the sky was one cloud. But out of this cloud came lightning. And strange how this lightning, it went through only one branch in the tree. And as it went through that branch, the old man, he looked and he knew, maybe this was a sign. What did that mean, that it went through the branch? And the cloud, it rumbled again. And out of the cloud came a little bird. And that little bird, he came and he sat on the branch. As he sat there, he began to peck holes into the branch. Each time he pecked a hole, a different sound began to come out of that branch. And the winds began to blow. And as the winds were blowing, going through that branch, it began to make that strange sound. As the old man heard that sound, he looked and he knew that the Creator had given him a special gift. So he took that branch from the tree. He even put a piece of wood fashioned like a bird and he honored the Creator for coming down and giving him this gift. And so now the old man went back to his village. As he went back to his village, they were out looking for him that day. And when they saw him, he come running and he had this in his hand. And so now they knew he gathered everyone around them and he began to play for them. And so to this day, we still make the flutes out of cedar and we still make those sounds. And those sounds of the old man, the happy bird, and the wind blowing. So that's where the creation of these flutes, and that's where they come from. So thank you for letting me play the song for you. And I'll just play one short song for you.
Excuse me, are you with the media? Are you with the newspaper?
I'm with Occupy Toronto live stream.
Okay. Okay. We're just going to ask you to kind of stay out of all of the photo ops a little bit and not be so obvious standing in the area.
Okay.
You can find them on iTunes, Spotify.
How you doing, Captain? Hey, holy moly, how you doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Just gotta go into the search engine and type in Adobe. And you can have all the
I've
free
been here
music you
since
can handle.
noon.
Plus all the
Covering
free
it
music
from
you
the
can
live
handle.
streaming, Occupy Toronto live stream, of course.
Can I get all my traditional dancers? All my traditional dancers.
Better go get my regalia on and step it up.
Nice.
We got time. Men traditional dancers. Can I get all my men traditional dancers? We'll do a round of exhibition songs. Whispering Wind, we'll ask you to do a song for the men traditional. So we'll have all our men traditional dancers come forward. Women traditional dancers stand by. I see we got a couple of grass dancers. We got some jingle dress dancers and some fancy shawl dancers. So we'll definitely have enough dancers for an exhibition. And this first exhibition you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, is an exhibition of our men traditional dancers. One of the oldest styles of dance that we have. Our men traditional dancers, they represent a warrior's dance. We'll do our men traditional first, and then we'll invite our women traditional dancers up. Now this warrior dance, these Ogichida style. This is the oldest style. It's our most regal of style that we have. So this is a men's traditional exhibition. We're going to turn the microphone on and over to Whispering Wind for an appropriate song. Exhibition for our traditional dancers. Oh, Midwest dancers. Hey, good job, gentlemen. Good job.
Yeah, John.
Hey, thank you.
All right, now we're going to call on our women traditional dancers. Women traditional. The women traditional dancers are the complement to the men traditional dancers in that they are the oldest style representing our women dancers. And as they represent those mothers and our grandmothers, our sisters, the women traditional dancers, they'll start at the edge of the dance arena. And they start on the outside, looking in. It's said that they start that in that position because, like our moms, they're looking out for us. Like our mothers, they're keeping an eye on us, keeping an eye out for us. So our women traditional dancers, they start on the outside of the dance arena and move their way in. For this song, we'll ask Bim Skanoden for an appropriate song for our women traditional dancers. And then we'll ask the Girls Jingle to stand ready. Girls Jingle, please stand ready. Woo! Hot soup, hot soup. Miigwech, ladies.
I'm just going to save this and be back in 2 seconds.
Dancers. It was a beautiful exhibition song. During that song, you may have noticed some of our men dancers standing. We do that because we pay tribute and we pay honor and respect to the power of a woman. Women have the ability to create life. It is because of that it's the duty of us men to respect that power that they have. If you look towards the MC stand here, you can see that the Aboriginal Pavilion has t-shirts and hats now available at a reduced cost. The t-shirts are now $20 each and the hats are $15.